you are constantly overwhelmed. You are looking at your 24-hour day and wondering how the heck does everybody else get things done. You have a house to take care of. You are cooking, cleaning, picking up after people pretty much every day. You're doing laundry once or sometimes multiple times in a week. And you have a full-time job. You have a small business that you'd like to get up and running, but it's very hard to give it enough attention. And you're in a relationship, not to mention your friends sometimes need your full attention. You are overwhelmed. You're tired at the end of every day, trying to figure out what time you need to go to bed so you can get up with a good start. And you just cannot grasp it. And every day is different chaos. Or the same chaos, but still a lot. So let's talk about how you can manage your day and get through it and get everything you need to get done. My name is Lael. Consider me your luxury life coach. And let's get into this video. Okay, so there is something that I want to share with you that helped me out tremendously many years ago. And just to give you some background on why I had to use this. Well, first of all, I was a management trainer at a company that I worked at, meaning I did in-house trainings where training managers would come and work with me for me to train them. And I did corporate trainings and in a meeting training setting. So I would go and do a workshop that was about 2 days. And one of the things that we taught and was very important was something we call the 4D. And I want to share that with you because it was tremendously helpful at work and even more so at home. The first thing is you want to decide if it's for you to do or if you can delegate it. So a great example of this is at work. That's pretty obvious, right? You can determine what's for you and what's something that you can actually pass on. At home, let's say you have to do the laundry. It is your responsibility to clean the house, and laundry is part of your task to do. You don't want to let it overflow, because then that becomes overwhelming. Doing multiple loads of laundry in a day or in a week can be tiresome. So you have a child who's 10, 12, able to understand English and take instruction, and it's about time that they learned how to do laundry. So maybe you show them how to wash the towels or the linens or the toiletries, not the toiletries, wash the basic things in the house, and teach them how to wash their own clothes. You teach them how to sort. You teach them how to figure out how much detergent goes in, how much fabric softener goes in. You're going to even tell them when it's appropriate to use bleach or not. You're going to show them what settings to put the machine on and make sure that they're set up for success so that when they do the laundry, they do it well. They're not shrinking clothes. They're not turning those whites red or doing something that's going to drive you absolutely crazy and make you feel like you have to do it yourself. So the first step is figure out if you have to do it yourself or not. And if it's something you can delegate or you can train to delegate in the future, take the time to do the training if you're able to train the person. Because it may be painful at the moment when you're training them. You may be thinking, if I have to show them how to do it, it's taking up way too much of my time. I could just do it myself. You've missed the point. You are meant to train them so that in the long term, you will have somebody else that can help you with this task. If you don't train them now, in the long term, you're still going to be the one doing it and you're never going to get out of this loop of craziness. All right. The next D is do it now or do it later. All right. So you determine if you need to do it or if it's something that you can delegate, and if it's just for you. If you are at work and I am, for example, the one who does the schedules. Can somebody else do the schedules? Maybe. My boss could do the schedules, but he has enough on his plate, so that's why he delegated it to me. So I don't give this to anybody else. This is my responsibility. But the schedules are done in a way that I'm not dealing with schedules every single week, which can be time consuming. I do the schedules monthly. So I know if I need to do it now, if it's almost the end of the month, or if it's something I can do later and schedule in my calendar for next week, or a day that I don't have as much on my plate, then I figure out if I need to do it now or if I can do it later. It's really important that you get a grasp on this, because a lot of times when we go through our day, the first thing we're trying to do is everything. we get in our brains and we get a little overwhelmed, and we know we have a million things to do, and because of who we are and how we work, we want to get everything done. But sometimes you can take a deep breath and say, all right, do I need to do this laundry right now? Can I do this laundry in a couple of days when I have a free day? Because right now I have to go to the store, I have to wash the dishes, I have to do my daughter's hair, I have to prepare for my husband to come home, I have to clean up a little bit, I meant to change the sheets on the bed. Doing the laundry right now would just add to overwhelm, and I'm not going to get to bed till 2 in the morning. So I think I will do the laundry in a couple of days. Do you understand what I mean? Like, figure out what is an absolute must for you to do right away. And usually that will just depend on the timing of the due, when it's due, how long it's been sitting and waiting. If something's been sitting and waiting for you to do it for weeks, make it urgent. Make it the thing you have to do right now. But if something doesn't have an actual expiration date on it, or a timeline, or a due date, just look at your life and figure out what makes sense to do now and what you can do later. Okay. The next D is actually do it now. Since we just talked about do it later. Do it now is a thing that you know it's urgent, it's for you, and it must be done now. This 4D is not something that's really negotiable, and you know it's not negotiable. If I need to clean the bathroom, or cook dinner, or pick up my daughter from school because she just finished her track meet, what am I doing first? Obviously, I'm saying obvious, but I'm just giving you a really good example. I'm going to go pick up my daughter first, and then I'll come back and I will cook the dinner, and then I will do the laundry. Or do the laundry, and while the laundry's going, I'll cook the dinner. One way or the other, I'll figure out the task in the order of importance. This is really important for you to know how to do, so that you can understand what your priorities are for your day. The last D, probably my favorite one, is don't do it. Don't do it. It's not for you. You don't need to do it now. You don't need to do it later. You don't need to delegate it. You can actually throw it in the trash. It is not something that you need to do. And a good example of this, if we're talking household stuff, might be doing your daughter's homework for her. That would be terrible. That shouldn't even be on your list. Take it off the list. It's not a delegate thing. It was never yours in the begin with. If it is, I want to make dinner, and I'm going to add a salad, but nobody in your house eats salad, then what are you doing that for? You're just adding extra stuff on your plate, and then you're going to throw it in the trash. Don't do that. Leave it. Just take it off your plate. If you're at work and you have a pile of stuff on your desk and you feel like you have to do everything, and you've already delegated, you've already figured out what's a priority for you, and there's still something on there that just feels like, I don't know if we really need to do this. Maybe you have to talk to your coworkers, but if you don't need to do it, take it off your plate. Stop doing stuff just to say you did it. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but busy work doesn't mean accomplishing work. Does that make sense? Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're actually doing anything. So let's take off the things that are not necessary. All right, so that's my tips on the 4D on how you can manage your day and make sure that you're not overwhelmed, and make sure that you're making decisions that make sense for you. Let me know if you tried this method out. If you have to do something, the first couple of times it might feel a little weird because you're mentally structuring it in your brain. Like, do I need to do this now? Do I need to do this all? Can I give it to somebody else? Right now, the dishes in my household get done by my daughter. Thank God for teenagers. However, I still try to do most of the cooking. When I'm not home, she gets to do the cooking. When I'm at home, I do the laundry. I don't even let my husband touch it. I'm scared. But I did teach my daughter how to do her own laundry a few years ago. So that has relieved a lot off of my plate. So just take these as an opportunity for you to evaluate your day. And every time you have to make a decision, ask yourself those 4D questions. Let me know how it goes.